Stage the scene.
Holla peeps, it's your girl Schree reporting live for SchreeTV. Here we are now, Martinez closing arguments. This is what we've been waiting for. Yes. Thank you, my love, for opening the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm cold. Then I want my computer shutting down. It likes the ice.
She has indicated that she is innocent. No jury.
I have 2 coats on.
None of you will convict her.
I'm rocking 2 coats.
I staged the scene for you.
I'm taking them all.
She is an individual, as you have seen, who has craved the limelight. So it seems that it is only fitting that this individual that has craved the limelight, it is really only fitting.
Is that where he's really going? That she was an individual that craved the limelight? Like, women love the limelight, especially with their boyfriends or their girlfriends. That's weak. He's so mad he ain't even delivering a good, what's her name?
Even though there is no abuse, as you heard from those that know her.
Don't belittle the jury.
According to her own statements in an email on Valentine's Day of 2007 to Mr. Alexander said,
do you want to win this case or not, you know?
The individual that talked about what she did to doors, what she did to windows. And she's an individual that does not appear very nice to her mother, because she lashes out at her and strikes her physically. Additionally, when the light of truth is shining on her, she is somebody who is just an individual that manipulates people. That, for example, when she's speaking to Mr. Alexander during that fateful
it's that wind coming in through the door.
Conversation that she talks about her sister and says how dumb and stupid her sister is. This is an individual who is manipulative. This is an individual who will stop at nothing and will continue to be manipulative and will lie at every turn and at every occasion that she has.
There you go.
One of the examples is the issue of the gas cans. She indicated to you from the witness stand and looked at each and every one of you after having taken the oath and said, yeah, I bought the gas can, all right, and I bought it from Selena's Walmart.
I'm a love my fan.
But you know, after being questioned by the prosecutor, you know, I took it back and I received cash. Yet, you heard from Amanda Webb, the individual or the woman who works for Walmart, checked each and every single register, even those that were not geared to give refunds, checked each and every single register. And each one of those registers indicated, no, there had been no such refund. And then, of course, you have the confirmatory action in Salt Lake City after first indicating that, no, I've never been in Salt Lake City. I've never put gas in Salt Lake City. But you saw the receipts that she had. And not only had she put gas into her car in Salt Lake City, she had 2 other transactions. One for 5.09 gallons of gas, and then one for slightly under 10 gallons of gas. She looked at each and every one of you, this person, and attempted to manipulate you. Well, this individual that attempted to manipulate you believes, based on what we've heard, that even though she may have engaged in actions, she may have done certain things, none of it, absolutely none of it, is her fault. Why could it possibly be her fault? If you look back at her history, which is the important part of it, involving her relationship with men.
Jodi's female lawyer is looking like.
Well, even when she was young, she had this personality of manipulating the facts.
She looks too innocent.
Bobby Juarez. What did she tell you? Well, this was an individual that was unfaithful to me. How could he be so unfaithful to me after I've done so many good things for him? I've tried to buy him clothing. I've bought him food. I even lived in a trailer that was so bad and it was infested. Never mind that the reason that I moved there was because I was skipping school. No, that wasn't my fault at all. No. I was doing this for Bobby. And how does he repay me even though it wasn't my fault? Well, you know what? He goes and he he sends letters to another woman over the internet. And It isn't her fault that she found out about it. Of course not. How could it be her fault that she found out about it if the library doesn't have enough security attached to that particular computer to have some sort of device attached to it so that somebody can't come along and just hit that backspace button so that whoever was using it before, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people before that, somebody can just come along and hit that backspace button. It is eerily reminiscent of what she told you happened in February of 2007, when after she and Mr. Alexander began dating.
Is he not introducing doubt?
And began to hit that same backspace
The prosecutor's
button.
introducing doubt.
It's not her fault that computers have not been improved since the 90s or the 2000s, such that you can't stop hitting that backspace button. It's not her fault that that happened, of course not. That's what she told you from the witness stand. And so, according to her, she hits the backspace button, and there it is, this conversation between Bobby Quaddis and somebody else. But that's not her fault. But if you remember how aggressively she reacted to that, nobody was going to do anything to her, or nobody was going to be putting her or sliding her or putting her in a position of feeling inferior, if you will. She immediately went to Bobby Quaddis and did something about it. There is a pattern because the same thing happened with regard to Matthew McCartney, the person that she jumped to after she and Bobby Quaddis started to have problems. And I do say jumped to because when she was dating Bobby Quaddis, he moved away to Oregon. And when he moved to Oregon, he started living with a guy by the name of Matthew McCartney. And when this thing soured with Bobby Quaddis, she immediately went with Matthew McCartney. And in terms of that relationship, the reason that that broke up, it's not her fault. Just like it wasn't her fault with regard to Bobby Quaddis, it wasn't her fault at all that she had these issues with Matthew McCartney. No, she can't help it if she is a good worker. She can't help it if she's working as a waitress and people come by when she's working as a waitress and try to tell her things about her boyfriend, Matthew McCartney. She can't help that. That's what she wants you to believe. And again, isn't that reminiscent of what happened involving Mr. Alexander?
See, I think he doesn't need to say so much.
It seems that the story repeats itself.
I think the less he says, the better for a state.
And it repeats itself because she's trying to manipulate you through all of the days that she spent talking to you from the witness stand after she had taken an oath.
That's what I think.
She gets to the point where she moves to Palm Desert in California to be with an individual by the name of
Make it short and sweet, dude.
And of course, when she's there with Darryl Brewer, it's not her fault, again, that relationship is sour.
And there's Jodi coloring again.
It's not her
the
fault
fuck?
as well.
Wouldn't it behoove her to listen a little bit?
What's a girl to do? It's not her fault. She's got to look for another guy. And it appears that he doesn't want to have any kids. And
she can't even show Travis's family the courtesy to look up. Oh, I think I'll draw pictures.
That's what she tried to tell you.
You know?
Resourceful as ever.
Hopefully the jury is taking that into consideration too, her behavior.
She starts looking around for somebody else and decides that perhaps,
even though it wasn't in the instructions,
the Mormon faith are a pretty good catch because those boys, they have a lot of family values, and these boys, they work. They just seem to have everything that she.
All right, we're at 8:53. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. Or cut it and splice it and put it up for you. Well, I don't really splice. Okay, holla. Baby's the engineer. So anyway, everybody, you know I love you. I'm gonna come back with you for some more SchreeTV in a few moments. I love you.